Ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin, please be seated. I have a few housekeeping notes to make before begin the programs today. First, I would like to seek your cooperation in completing this seminar. Kindly, you switch your mobile phone to silent mode to avoid interruption. Thank you for your kind cooperation and attention. Good morning and hi.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you. It's me. I am pleasure to be a moderator for an International Human Resources Management webinar 2023. I am Dona Blahuda binti Muhammad. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us today. Okay, I can first move. Okay, I would like to introduce the point that with Rosmila opinion. How about you, Rosmila, of human resources challenge during pandemic COVID-19 in terms of job and employers?
Okay, thank you, Hudai, moderator for today. Assalamualaikum. My name is Rosmina binti Hamid. Today, I want to talk about the challenges of employee during COVID-19. The most important challenge is related to the main one, which is the inability to achieve quality internet coverage because it is driven by internet service constraints in area, especially in residential area. Some workers do not have Wi-Fi at home and rely heavily on the hotspot available on their respective smartphone. A number of workers also still use mobile phones that do not have internet access due to financial constraints to have a smartphone, which cause them do not have access to the internet for the purpose of performing daily work tasks. And then the second challenge leads to the inability of some staff or employees to have a personal computer or laptop. At this time, they depend on the equipment provided by the employer in the office. The scenario has made it difficult to employer affect to be smooth and effective administrative affair. This situation also affects employees who are actually excellent performance, but cannot show good work performance due to absence or of digital device to carry out office tasks at home during the MCO or movement control order. Okay, thank you. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Rosmila. Oh yes, I very absolutely agree with you opinion. But for me, about jobs and employees are very important. It makes sense. It because what happened COVID-19 is will become an unstable presence in the landscape of modern business in 2020. It's a true example of sometimes completely unexpected. It changed the way work life and interact with each other. We hope a working from home or work from home start to become a trend for while long term from the beginning of 2020. We hope while from home start to become more responsibility to others. I know although the beginning is also triggered culture shock to traditional enterprise. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has proven a hybrid work model is not impossible for the most. The sector previously required the presence of employees in the office. Today, we have a line-up for you fruitful in engagement. At the moment, communication media become a very useful and such as smartphone, social media, and digital medium. And next, how about you, Amira? For health form challenge during COVID-19 pandemic happen all other world.
Thank you, Huda, as moderator. Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Naimira Adrana binti Azmi. I will continue this issue under health aspect. So, we know in 2020, our country is experiencing a COVID-19 pandemic. This will cause our job to be closed temporarily. There are many challenges faced by human resource. Firstly, managing employees and patient dissatisfaction. Most people don't want to go to the hospital because they are afraid to see doctor and don't want to pay their bills. And one more thing, they don't want to waste their time to line up. Secondly, battling against employee burnout, which means stress. Why stress? Because the average workday most people is 8 hours and have a short break. But for nurse and doctor need to work maybe 12-hour shift. This can lead to employee burnout. So next, Emilia will continue my part. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Emil Ejina Zulkifli. My next point challenge for health is about psychological problem in the workforce. Mental derangement and bad feeling were a challenge for doctors and nurses in the COVID-19 ICU. During the COVID-19 pandemic, healthcare workers and others were more stressed, depressed, anxious, insomnia, and angry. Using mental health professionals to help healthcare workers during disaster helped reduce their stress management abilities. Last but not least, confidence and pride decrease among workers. The unknown nature of COVID-19 may cause healthcare staff to lack self-confidence for service delivery. Lack of knowledge and experience in ICU has also reduced personal self-esteem. Some nurses express unpleasant experience and loneliness due to community conduct and reactions. Despite the outcome, numerous doctors and nurses profess love for their job and pride in assisting others. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Emilia, for the sharing the point. Next, I can share about for you guys about the point from how about you, Johaira, health from challenge during COVID-19 pandemic happened to our world.
Thank you to the moderator. I will continue this webinar. Two challenges to the finance institution. Firstly, customer retention. Customer in the financial service industry expect personalized and meaningful experience delivery via simple and intuitive interface on any device, anywhere, and at any time. Although it is difficult to quantify customer experience, customer turnover is measurable, and customer loyalty is quickly becoming an endangered concept. Customer loyalty is the result of strong client relationship that begin with understanding the customer and their expectation and continue with an ongoing client-centric approach. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Johaira, for sharing the point. And I would like to ask Mariama, how about you, Mariama, health from challenges during COVID-19 pandemic happened to our world.
Thank you to the moderator. Well, I will continue the point of human resources challenges during COVID-19 pandemic, which is in financial institution, which is a cultural shift. This is because in the digital world, there is no room for manual process and systems. Banks and credit unions need to think about the technology-based solution to banking industry challenges. Therefore, it is important for financial institutions to foster a culture of innovation. In a culture of innovation, it is important to use technology to optimize existing processes and procedures to maximize efficiency. This cultural shift toward a technology-centric mindset reflects a greater acceptance of digital transformation across industry. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariama, for sharing your point. Okay, next I can ask Nur Shamimi. How about you, Shamimi? From challenges during COVID-19 pandemic happened to our world.
Thank you, Hudai, as a moderator for seminar today. I will continue about current challenge of pandemic related to education sector. During the outbreak of COVID-19, all educational institutions such as universities, primary schools, secondary schools, and so on are closed. To ensure that the PDP process can continue so that students do not fall behind in their studies, teaching and learning at home PDPR was great. PDPR is teaching and learning PDP conduct at home or community center or any suitable location. In implementing PDPR, this is a big challenge for those who are teachers, ustads, students, and parents. All those challenges arise unexpectedly by humans and we have never experienced in Malaysia. Of course, all parties involved in this process had to face various difficult and conjectures. Learning activities are not easy to continue in a pandemic situation. Furthermore, students need to study from home and need to provide electronic equipment such as a laptop, smartphone, Wi-Fi, or a fast internet network to continue learning online. For those who can afford it, providing such equipment is not a problem, but it is a problem for those who live in rural areas and face urgent financial problems in their daily life. As a result, the community does not get proper education like the rest of them. I think that's all from me.
Okay, thank you, Nasha Mimi, for your sharing about your point and discussion. Okay, last but not least, Muhammad Raihan, how about what you think and what your opinion about from challenge during COVID-19 pandemic happened to our world and other world?
Okay, thank you, Nur Nabila Huda, as a moderator today. I will continue explaining about human resources difficulties during the COVID-19 pandemic in terms of education perspective. As we know that there are also human resource challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic in the field of education. All parties and all teaching staff need to adapt to the COVID-19 pandemic. If previous lectures we held in person, the student had no trouble conducting teaching and learning sessions. But after the pandemic hit this country, students and educators needed to switch to an online education system. The main challenge in moving from a physical system to an online system is the ability to reach the internet in an area. This because there are still many areas in this country that do not have internet access and also limited in internet access. This had an impact on educators and students who need to adapt during the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on study that done by Dr. Nick Saiful, a lecturer of International Islamic University Malaysia, it says that although the MCO relaxed, primary school, secondary school students IPTS are still unable to continue their study face to face with teachers. This is aimed to the stopping the COVID-19 pandemic from continue to spread. Learning in these days that online learning is extremely important. As a result, we know that we have a Google Classroom, Google Meet, Quizlet, Google Forms, Zoom, WhatsApp, Telegram application, and various other virtual learning methods are introduced. All these applications have caused a student or educator to use high speed internet access. It's still difficult to obtain, especially in rural areas and some specific areas. This is the challenge that requires the education sectors in this country adapt to the current pandemic situation. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's all.
Yes, I very agree with you, Rahan. So, thank you for you and ladies and gentlemen for coming and spend time for the seminar for human resources management and I hope you guys can achieve what you get from the seminar and can get more information. So, thank you very much.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.